In today's episode of What Can We Learn From? We're reviewing the Try Guys' response to the Ned Fulmer affairs mess. Let's get into it. You probably already know the Try Guys are a YouTube channel that sees 4 guys trying brand new things each week. They have amassed almost 8 million subscribers, and with revenue, sponsorship, product sales, they're now literally a corporation making millions of dollars per year. Last week, one of their members, Ned, was publicly exposed for having an affair with one of his employees. He was immediately sacked. I recap this in video 1 here. The wife guy, Ed, was obviously married, and his employee was also engaged, but not anymore apparently. They have a very family-friendly brand, and a lot of their audiences are young. And so if the Try Guys response was not handled appropriately, then sponsorships and television companies would completely step away. And a fiasco like this could take down their entire corporation. So the Try Guys have now released a PR statement, and they're really giving us a masterclass in PR statements from corporations. So what can we learn from this? Okay, so let's have a watch.
Ned Fulmer is no longer working with the Try Guys. By now, we're assuming you've seen the Reddit threads and TikToks and tweets.
From the outset, you can see that their tone is extremely serious. There's not even a hint of so embarrassed or, oh guys, sorry. This is an extremely serious corporate PR release. It's a serious issue for an employer to have an intimate relationship with an employee, and so their response is presented as such. Can I just say the body language of Eugene here? So angry. He is so pissed at this guy attempting to take down their corporation purely because he's been so reckless and so you can tell that this guy Ned has had zero regard for a company that they have built. This isn't just a group of friends that are just hanging out and doing this as a hobby. This is a business making tens of millions of dollars per year.
By now, we're assuming you've seen the Reddit threads and TikToks and tweets and news articles.
You know how he's saying the tweets, the TikToks? As an organization, they have been completely publicly humiliated. People are now hearing, maybe for the first time, about their brand in a really humiliating, embarrassing way, because one of them kind of comes across as lecherous, let's just say it there. For an employer to have a relationship with an employee where there's such a massive power imbalance. These people are known by 8 million subscribers, and they have the power to work with brands and to bring on all of this revenue.
We want to give you a timeline of what's transpired and some transparency into our decision making. Throughout this video, there will be things that we want to say or go into further, but as I'm sure you're aware, there are some legal issues we have to consider as we go through everything.
They're sharing the timeline of events, and what they're doing by this is just to show complete transparency.
On Labor Day weekend, multiple fans alerted us that they had seen Ned and an employee engaging in public romantic behavior. We reached out to check on that employee. Ned confirmed the reports.
And if you notice the wording where he says, we reached out to check on that employee, as if it shows that they were in a situation that's inappropriate. Can I also just say about Eugene, his distaste for everything that's happening is so palpable, and it really is reassuring if you're an audience, or if you're already an audience of Try Guys and you like them. This response is reassuring you that they are not all like that. This was Ned on his own. They had nothing to do with it. They know nothing about it. And don't worry, you can still trust the Try Guys as a brand and as something that you already really like. Don't worry, it's just Ned, it's not them.
And since confirmed that this had been going on for some time, which was obviously very shocking to us, and we just want you to know that we had no idea this was going on. All of that information was just as shocking to us as all of this has been for you this week.
They don't want to be tarnished with the same brush. If Ned is this kind of lecherous creep, they don't want to think, whoa. They don't want their audiences and the brands and the TV companies that they're working with, because they have a TV deal with the Food Network here. They have sources coming out. They don't want anyone to think this is a common occurrence, that all Try Guys are horrible. They're distancing themselves so much from this guy Ned, and they're showing that there isn't a culture in their startup or their brand of doing this to people. Lecherousness.
And thus began a 3-week process of engaging with employment lawyers, corporate lawyers, HR, PR, and more, in order to make sure we were taking all necessary steps. From the jump, we were acutely aware of just how contrary this was to the values of the company we've built and those of everyone who works here.
They're showing that they have a safe work environment for everyone. This is not something that's normal with the Try Guys as a company. We're not all like this. He was like that. We're not like this.
This is something we took very seriously. We refused to sweep things under the rug. That is not who we are, and it's not what we stand for.
We immediately removed Ned from work activities and engaged an HR professional to conduct a thorough review of the facts. Over a few weeks, that's included removing his section from videos, digitally removing him from others, and choosing not to feature him in our merch throws. There are several videos that we've deemed as fully unreleasable. You will never see them, and that is due to his involvement. And that's a decision that has cost us lots of money. We will not be able to recoup that money, but it's a decision we stand by proudly.
Mentioning that they're losing money because of what he's done, the sheer transparency of everything they're doing is really... Ned is someone that would have brushed all of this stuff under the carpet and had this double life. But what they're showing you is the Try Guys are not like that. They're not like that. They're really forthcoming with everything that's happened.
Now, we can't talk about the details of the review, but suffice to say, we found that Ned had engaged in conduct unbecoming of our team, and we knew that we could not move forward with him.
They're showing that they've been betrayed by this guy, this horrible creep affair guy. I think by putting Zach in the center, he's extremely emotional, covering all bases here. There's a very serious corporate response. This person has been sacked. And also there's an emotional response that we are also people. And as well as being an organization and a brand, we're also the people that you felt that you knew. And we're still the same people. And we're very disappointed by the way these events have unfolded. He betrayed us as well, not just you, us.
So on Friday, September 16th, the three of us signed written consent of the members of Second Try LLC approving the removal of Ned as a manager and an employee.
They're taking back control over their own publicity and their own image.
We also want to remind you that the internet has a tendency to be a lot harsher towards women than men. So please, we ask that you exercise kindness.
And the final point that the internet is much more cruel to women than men, it really actually shows that they don't have this distaste for the employee. They're not as angry with her as they are with him. He ought to have known better. He's the one that's married. He's one of the founders of this organization. And he should have had this at the forefront of his mind when he was having a very public kiss with his own employee. This guy didn't even hide the fact that he was kissing one of his employees. They were doing this in a bar, which is how so many people found out about this, which is absolutely mind-boggling. It shows a level of arrogance that he didn't care whether or not he was going to get caught. I don't know. I mean, we're speculating. All we can do is speculate in the situation. I don't know this guy. We're speculating that he's just drunk or whatever and he doesn't care. You've lost sight of the people that you're hurting, your wife, your kids, and the organization that you set up. This is going to devastate his life. How is he going to come back from this and be the same family-friendly brand after this? Is he going to have his own YouTube channel on his own where he just, I don't know, does try stuff with his wife? Who knows? But the story is still unfolding. So what can we learn from this PR statement released by the Try Guys? So if you're a startup or a small business owner and an employee at your organization does something really crappy, you're releasing a transparent statement that shows, A, you've taken this seriously, you've fired him, and also we are really disappointed. We have spent lots of money. They've betrayed us. This is not our brand's culture. We have a safe workplace for our employees, and this is not common in our culture. And so by having this very serious, but also having a sideline of emotional, they could even be winning more audiences. They're handling this in a fantastic way, because the publicity of this one member having an affair with an employee has become massive. If you may have only just heard of the Try Guys, and now you're finding out about this, and you're thinking, oh my God, are all of them like this? What kind of creep? They don't want to have another Me Too movement on their hands here, so they're kind of shutting it down straight away, showing that this is a safe workplace environment, that this organization does not have a culture like that. And they're also showing us as startup owners and brand owners really how to react in a situation like this, where they've lost control over their image and they have to really present their image again and show them that they're not like this. This is one guy who's kind of effed it up for them. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Every week we ask millionaires and founders how they made tens of millions of dollars, and we show you how you can too. I'm gonna put the playlist in here, and I'll see you next time for another installment of the Brighter Startups. What can we learn from this? Love you guys, bye.